Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Tom Heinsohn studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep 3. Please, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash that thumb like I do when I'm trying to hammer or anything. And smash the thumbs up, smash the rectangle, give us the subscriptions that we so crave. And, of course, let us know what you're playing today. Let me know if you're tailing me, fading me, and what you've got cooked up on your own. We had a tennis play yesterday that won. We've always got some good footy plays over there, as well as the more traditional American sports, your soccer. I mean, your your basketball, your baseball, and, of course, your ice hockey that we share with the Canadians there, eh? So let me know whatever you're on and what you're playing. If you get them right, of course, we will give you the one, the only, the much coveted, much sought after shout out at the end of the next day's video. So that will be very cool. And of course, don't forget to check out our websites as well, winnersandwhiners.com, statsalt.com, for all of your handicapping needs on one handy location. All the previous sports that we mentioned there, but not just sides, but derivatives, totals, and everything that you could possibly want in one location. So make sure you get over there and check that out. I'll even throw a couple of links. I'll throw a link to Stat Salt and Winners and Whiners there in the description. So be looking for that. All right. Quick recap of yesterday, everybody. We went 2-1 on the Deep-3 as we had the New York Mets Milwaukee Brewers under, and that was a fine bet for us as they were just really kind of tired from the night before after playing 18 innings. And then we also had we had the Sixers, and that did not work out well for us. And then we had the Denver-Portland over, and that did work out just fine for us. We kept our eye on the market. We bought low, and we sold high, cornered the market on orange juice. And then on the premium side, we also went 2-1 as we took an absolutely brutal beat. We had the Toronto Philadelphia under check. We had the Toronto Texas Rangers first 5 over 6. That came in fine fashion. And we had the Arizona Diamondbacks plus 126 against Colorado. They had a 4-run lead in the bottom of the 8th inning and were unable to hold it. Absolutely dreadful performance by what had been up to this point a pretty good Arizona bullpen, but they absolutely shat the bed there in the last 2 innings. And actually, it was just really the 8th, as the Colorado ended up not even having to come up to bat in the 9th to win it. They put up 5 runs to take a lead, and Arizona could not answer in the top of the 9th. Bob's your uncle. We go 2-1. And as promised, a couple people have asked. I do have records for April in our in both the premium and the Deep-3. First, we'll start with the Deep-3. Overall, our ROI is 55.66. We went 55.26% in April. And overall, we are 63.1% in the NBA. And we are 54.09% in the major leagues. But as always, you don't really, you have to look beyond the percentage. And we are plus 517 in our baseball bets so far, as we are 33-28-4. And we finished the season at 137, 115, and 6 in NCAA basketball, 54.36. Not our strongest sport, but still profitable. Overall, our ROI is 6.27% for the Deep-3. And as far as the premium goes, we went 48, 38, and 1 in April, 55.81%. That was an ROI of 7.1% with baseball thrown in. Oddly enough, we've struggled on the NBA side. On premium, we've gone, like I said, we went 63% in the Deep-3, gone just 48%, 26 and 28 in the premiums, but made up for it by going 30, 21, and 1 in Major League Baseball, 58.82% for an ROI of over 10.33% in Major League Baseball. So that's only going to get better, my friends, as baseball becomes more and more dominant. We talked about it here about a month and a half ago. I told you baseball was my best sport, and so far that has been borne out by the numbers. So, without further ado, let's get to today's picks, shall we? Let's first of all, let's get this up so you guys know who I am. Ba 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 ba. Flavor Flav. Wiener, he's a wiener. He's a wiener. Okay, sorry. So I've still got Game of Thrones on my brain. All right, guys, let's take a look in the NBA. Hey, speaking of NBA picks, let's take a look in the Eastern Conference semifinals as Milwaukee travels to Boston to take on those Celtics. Taking a look at the total of 221. You know, Boston made their bones playing defense, especially in their opening series against Indiana when they held the Pacers to 99.75 points per game. In the first game against the Bucks, they continued that as they held Giannis to 7 for 21 in shooting, and the Bucks put up 90, which was their second lowest total of the entire season. However, the last two games been a little bit of a different story, with the Freak pretty much having his way with the Boston Celtics and Al Horford, as he has put up 30.5 points per game in the two contests. Milwaukee, they once again look like the team that they pretty much have been throughout the entire season when they were arguably the best team in the NBA. Irving will do his best to keep Boston in it. He has been kind of a one-man wrecking crew. The problem is he's been just a one-man wrecking crew, and that's not enough to beat a fine team like the Bucks. I think that he'll be enough to keep them close. And I think this is going to be a back-and-forth game, and I like the over right here. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics over 221. I think that's where this game ends up. And taking a look at the other NBA game as Golden State takes on Houston down there in the Lone Star State. Golden State still has a 2-1 lead, and they are catching a point and a hook in this one. Guys, I'm going to be honest. By this point in the series, a lot of times you're going to be able to find trends that are going to support both sides. So, however you lean, you can find trends to support that. That doesn't really help as much, as each of these playoff games are such a unique situation that you really kind of have to go on what you've observed and what you feel. There's all kinds of factors that come in, when you talk about a short series. Home court advantage, what the score in the series is, who's up the games. What injuries, what big injuries, small injuries, who's kind of banged up a little bit. And at the end of it, you just kind of put it into the computer, and it spits out an answer, and here is my answer. I think Curry breaks out of his little mini slump that he's been. I don't think that Golden State wants to see this 2-0 lead get away from him and come back to California tied 2-2. They know how this works. They've been here before. They need to take care of business right here, go home with a 3-1 lead, shut it out, give everybody a little bit of extra rest. I think Curry does his thing. I think he goes off, and I think the Golden State takes care of business there. We'll take the 3.5. I don't care. Give me Golden State plus 1.5 against Houston. And finishing up with a pick in the National League as the New York Mets take on the San Diego Padres. As of this recording, I will say this emphatically, the total is still 7. It is starting to sneak down to 6.5, and it is evidenced by the fact that at 7, you're going to have to pay $135 to get it. I think if you can still get a 7, I think the $135 is worth the value. DeGrom goes for New York Mets against Chris Paddock for the San Diego Padres. You know what, guys? I'm tempted to fade the Mets right here, but at plus 112, I just don't think there's enough value for me to fade Jacob DeGrom. Especially if he's going to be the pitcher that he was, that he looked like in his last time out. Mets offense has been dreadful. They've averaged just 2.8 runs per game in their last 11, and they have scored 2 runs or less 8 times in that 11-game stretch. Hey, pop quiz, hotshot. Who leads the majors in whip among pitchers who have made more than 2 starts? Here's a hint. They're starting in this game. Oh, it's Jacob DeGrom, of course, right? Nope. It is Chris Paddock. San Diego Padre rookie has a .69 whip. But here's the deal. His peripherals indicate that he is perhaps due for a little backsliding. He's been pretty lucky, and here's how I say that. He has a BABIP of 160. All right. Major league average BABIP against a pitcher is 292. So the batters against him have been incredibly unlucky as far as their balls being able to find holes. He's got a 3.3% barrel rate. That's right in the middle of the pack. His 11% whiff rate is good. It's upper middle of the pack, but it's not great. It's not the numbers of somebody that should lead the league in WHIP. Okay, so regression is coming. However, having said that, he's still solidly above average. And DeGrom, last time out, like I said, he looked like DeGrom. Even at 6.5, I still think this is a good play. Give me the New York Mets, San Diego Padres, as it stands right now, under 7. And at the end of this contest, we're going to do them all. How about that? Under 7, Golden State plus 1.5, and the Milwaukee Boston over 221. At the end of those contests, you guys can join me. We'll grab our winning tickets, and we will head back to the window. All right, everybody. We talked about the premium picks there a little bit. Let me get the information up. So, if anyone wants to do the premium thing, there is the information. There is our record for April right there. Talks about our ROI for the month of April. I tell everybody all the time, it's reasonably priced. Picks run you about $4 a day. All right, so for literally, you hear it all the time, less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. You can have 2 to 4 picks delivered every day, right to your email, or you can go ahead and log on and see your own personalized video from the one and only me doing that. So check out the premium selections. It's, like I said, it's only going to get better as baseball takes over. So in the meantime, we got some shout outs, people. Jim Walters said he had a horrible beat on an in-game bet. He bet on the A's to win in extras. They scored 2 in the 13th, and then they give up 4 to lose in the bottom of the half. So pissed. Dude, I get it. Let me tell you, told you about one bad beat that I had earlier. That was on one of our premium picks as they were able to hold a 4-run lead. Let me tell you about a play I made by myself. I had the Detroit Tigers under 4.5 team total. And for the entire game, I was kicking myself for not releasing it as a premium play, not putting it out as an update, because the Tigers had trouble getting anything going, ran themselves into a bizarre infield fly rule double play. So it's 2-2. It's 2-1, and they allow the Royals to score in the top of the 9th to tie it, and Detroit can't get it 1 in the bottom of the 9th. It's 2-2 going to extras. I'm still figuring I'm good. It's going to take a very, very bad break to beat me here on the under 4.5. Now, guess what happened to the bottom of the 10th? I had a very, very bad break as the Detroit Tigers, by the way, the worst home run hitting team in Major League Baseball, for the lowest scoring team, second lowest scoring team in Major League Baseball, put 2 men on and then hit an opposite field home run for his first home run of the year. A 3-run walk-off, and I lose by a half a run. So, yeah, it was bad. It was bad beat Sunday, even though we did well with both of our, went 2-1 on both sides, got some horrendous beats on that one. So, moving on to people that did not take bad beats today. The legendary King, he had the Astros, he had the Phillies on the money line, he had the Red Sox on the money line, the Tigers on the money line, and the Braves on the money line. Sounds like money line plays there for the LK. Nice job, King. Cody L said he's back in the passenger seat again today, boss. He's tailing us today. Said the premium saved him a good bet from the cluster that he had yesterday. Much appreciated, Cody. I said, good call on the Texas team total over in the first 5. He said that 6 looked like a really big number when I locked it in. Said you got to have faith, everybody. So Cody did well. We like I said, we hit him on the 2-1 on the premium, 2-1 on the Deep-3. That's a 4-2 day, Cody. We'll take that all day long, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for the nice words about the premium plays. Much appreciated. Legion of Picks. He had Danielle Collins on the money line in Texas. Miss Collins took care of business. He had the Trailblazers over 210. Yup. Had the Yankees on the money line. They're playing the Twins. That's almost an automatic cash. Yup. And he had the Tigers and the Royals not to score in the first inning. Well, they most certainly did not. Kyle Z said he's a big Crew fan, and he'd like him today to get it done on the money line. They did ultimately get it done on the money line. Well done. He had the Astros and the Diamondbacks money line. Well, you know what I always say. If I didn't win, I'm glad that some of my viewers got to win that one. So congratulations, Kyle, on hitting the D-backs. I'm glad at least somebody was on Arizona there. He said, I think I'm going to tell you on the over, but it scares me a little bit dropping from 215 to 210. Yeah, it wasn't a big sharp move. It was a lot of public money and sharp money. They were pretty much running about 60-40 as far as the bets on the over versus under. or excuse me, the under versus over. They were opposite, and it's always nice to beat the sharp money. It really is. I like, you got to expect to beat the public, but I like beating the sharp money as well. He had the Tigers on the money line and the Braves on the money line as well. Not a bad day, Kyle Z. Very nicely done, my friend. Z is for Zictories. I'm a goofy fuck. This dude, Aardvark, he said he does like the Deep-3 today, except the Vargas. Skipping the Vargas. How could you not love Jason Vargas? And I even answered him in the comment section. I said, what, just he's made 2 starts after 3 years of being a terrible pitcher? You're not a believer? Vargas did give up 3 runs. And 5 or 6, right around there. I know he did give up I think he gave up a 3-run dinger, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only runs they gave up. So, you know what? He did his thing, man. You gotta love the Vargy. I also played the Yankees money line. Nice job, Aardvark. Sniffed out some wins there. MR said he got lucky with Tampa Bay not using the starting pitchers. Yeah, that's kind of their thing. When they go at the last minute, they can do that opener thing, and it worked out well today. Mikey B had Houston on the money line. He had Denver over 209, and he had Philly on the money line in the major leagues. So nicely done, Mikey B. Nicely done, everybody else. Let's get the week fired up here, right, everybody? All right, we've kind of been running a little good here. Knock on wood. By the way, it's bad luck to be superstitious. Just so you know. Anywho, have a great week. Let's fire it up with a 3-0 Monday, and we'll check back in and talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody.